Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for always stopping by, liking, commenting and subscribing. For the new ones, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Feel free to tell us what you want on the comment section. Stay tuned on today's episode on Judah Akbar. Amir King thinks that Salim is weird. He has strength to make others wear his crown. Judah says, what if Jalalo doesn't like it that Salim gave his crown to Qutb? Princesses assume Qutb to be Salim and praises him. Anakali comes in function and points to Farhan. Farhan leaves from there. Salim thinks Farhan must have gone to meet Bella. I should go for his security. He leaves too. Anakali meets Farhan and says that Bella had sent me to give her later to you. She says to Farhan that Bella's father have doubts on her, that she loves someone. He wants to marry her off. She has sent message that she will not marry anyone else but you. So before her marriage happens, you go to her and take her away. Salim comes there and looks at them hiding behind pillar. Salim thinks that Anakali is Bella. He moves closer to them to listen to their conversation. Anakali says to Farhan that I know your love is true. You will surely come. Farhan says, I promise I will come, even if I have to put my life in danger. I won't lose her. Anakali leaves. Salim looks at her and thinks that I have to help Farhan. Farhan loves her and she loves him too, so I will help them. Bella's father goes outside and says, I got to know that the lover is here. Find him. Salim thinks that if he finds his daughter here, then he will not leave her. I have to help her. He runs and comes to Anakali. She says, you? He hides her from Bella's father and shuts her mouth with his hand. He says, I know you have come here for Farhan, but you know your father is here. Why did you come here? Anakali says, my father. Salim says, I know you love Farhan. He shuts her mouth and says, I know the secret way to go out of this palace. Before your father sees you, leave from here. Anakali looks at him. He looks at her and they share an eye lock. He removes his hand from his lips. They look down. Salim says, I am sorry. She asks, why are you helping Farhan? Salim says he's my friend and friendship is from heart. And heart never thinks wrong. Anakali asks, are you a soldier? Salim says, kind of. She says, that's why your thinking is different from royal people. Salim says, exactly. These kings, princes can't listen to voice of heart. She says, even then, people are crazy for them. Every girl's heart is beating for Salim, but they don't know that Salim doesn't have a heart. He looks at her shocked. She greets him and leaves. Salim keeps looking at her. Farhan is in thought. Salim asks the matter. Farhan asks, what are you doing here? You should be in function. Salim says, I came here to protect you as Bella was meeting you. And her father came here, so I escort her out. Farhan says it was not Bella but her friend. Salim says, the one I met was not your love. Farhan says, no. Salim smiles broadly and thank God in his heart. He recalls his first meeting with her, how he helped her. Farhan asks, why are you smiling? Salim says nothing. Farhan says, let's go to the function. Salim says, don't worry, I am with you. He leaves. Farhan says, tomorrow is Bella's marriage. What to do? Jagat says to Man, let's meet Salim. Man says, what if he teases me like he used to in childhood? Murad comes to Qutb and addresses him as Salim. Qutb asks, why are you calling me Salim? Murad says it's Salim's order to pretend that you're Salim. Some princesses greet Qutb as Salim. Qutb says it's good to be here. All princesses are giving attention to me. He sits to eat food. Jagat and Man comes there. Jagat asks, is he Salim? Man says he's wearing crown, so he must be Salim. He's changed a lot. Jagat says he's not so good looking, but his crown is precious. Qutb asks Desis to serve more food. Man says, what has happened to Salim? Why is he staring at girls? It seems like he wants to marry every girl. Jagat says yes, but once he meets me, then he will forget other girls. Anakali comes there and finds Qutb eating. He also assumes him to be Salim and says, that's why I don't like princes. They are greedy for everything, for wealth, for girls, and now food too. Salim comes there and asks Qutb, how are you feeling to be Salim? Qutb says, I don't understand why you are pretending to not be Salim. Man asks, who is this guy? Jagat says he is wearing a common dress but have manners like Prince. Anakali says that's why he respects women unlike Prince. Jagat says, but one fault, he doesn't have crown on his head. Anakali looks at Salim. He also looks at her and smiles. She recalls how Salim and said that friendship is from heart and heart is never wrong. Amia's king and queen come there and find man looking at Salim. King says, seems like she also likes Salim. Queen says, you're right. King says, I will ask for their marriage now. Arambanu comes there. Salim sits with her and asks, what happened? Aram says, all are seeing you. They will cast evil eye on you. Salim says, since you're with me, nothing will happen to me. You eat sweet. Aram says, if I knew that all will stay at you, then I wouldn't have forced you to come here. Salim says, I know you are jealous. Aram says, why would I be jealous? What all are looking for in his mind? Salim kisses her forehead. Anakali sees this and smiles. Baumal comes there and says, Salim is not interested in princesses. I have to do something. Jalalo is in his room singing. Joda comes there and smiles seeing him sing. She joins him in singing. They smile. Jalalo says, you were staring at me. Joda says, no, I was singing with you. Jalalo says, I wish to spend whole night with you. Joda says, at least you understand my wishes now. Jalalo says, you have given me heart, so it beats for you. Joda says, I understand what you're up to. You are naughty. I have to go now. Jalalo says, please stay here. I want to spend time with you. Joda says, okay, I will stay with you, but for some time. Jalalo lies his head on her lap and asks her to sing with her melodious voice. Joda sings. Jalalo holds her hand. They smile at each other. Salim is sitting. Danielle says all princesses are waiting for you and you are sitting here and thinking about someone. So tell me, who is she that is in your thoughts? Salim says nothing like that. I am not thinking about anyone. Who is she? What are you hiding from brothers? Salim smiles and says, I like a girl, but I don't know her, not her name. Danielle says, the one who used to run away from girls is thinking about a girl. Not bad. Kutub asks, do you know anything about her? Salim says, she was wearing a simple dress. Her beauty doesn't need good jewelry or royal dress. Her simplicity makes room in my heart. She was wearing a jewelry on her head and it had peacock feather. Danielle says, we should see who she is. Desi comes there. She serves them drink. Murad asks Salim to drink. Salim says, this is wine and I don't drink. Murad asks Desi to give him juice. Baimal listens to all this and mix something in Salim's drink. He brings juice for Salim. All greet him. Salim asks, why did you bring juice? Baimal says, I met Desi and asked her to give juice to me so that he will serve Salim. He gives him juice. Salim thanks him and drinks juice. Baimal leaves from there. Salim drinks juice and starts coughing. He starts feeling dizzy. Joda comes here and asks him to come. She takes him from there and makes him sit. Baimal is there too. Joda says to Salim that I have selected some girls for your marriage. She shows him pictures and asks him to choose one so that she will make him marry her. Salim says, I don't want to marry. They all want to marry me as they want to marry a king only. Joda says, so what? You are king only, and kings marry. I will select a girl for you and you will have to marry her only. I am your mother. Salim says, mother? That mother who sent a 9-year-old son away from her in battlefield? Bible thinks that plan is going to flop. I should call Jalalo. He leaves. Salim says that mother who made her son work like a servant in others' house, that mother who complained to king every time and made him bear punishment, that mother who left her kidnapped son and didn't even come to save him. Jalalo comes there and takes Salim from there. Salim is still dizzy. Jalalo asks Salim, are you drunk? Salim says, yes, I drank but not deliberately. Jalalo says, okay, I accept that someone spiked your drink, but is this the way to talk to your mother? Salim says she doesn't love me. She's only Mariam Zamani. She doesn't care for me. And you are feeling bad that I am drunk. But do you know what I ate in 7 years? You both want me to become king. You're forcing me to marry. But why don't you understand that I have identity? I am Salim only. You all want me to be King Salim, but nobody cares for me. All want to see a king. Jalalo says you don't know how much we love you, but we sent you away from us so that you can become a great warrior, great king and great person. And about your marriage, we just gave you some options. If you don't like them, then it's not a problem. You will marry whenever you want. You will marry whom you want. Just tell us and we will make your wedding great. I will pacify your mother, but you just be happy, my son. Salim smiles and hugs him. So thank you guys for watching today's episode on Joda Akbar. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned on the next episode. Subscribe and turn on notification bell so that once I upload, you'll be notified. Stay tuned. Bye.